What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. Today we're reviewing WandaVision Episode 5. This episode came out today and of course stars Paul Bettany as Vision and Elizabeth Olsen as Wanda Maximoff. Now before we start, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the post notification bell so you can get a free video. Let's just start. Let's start talking about the good. So the opening sequence for this episode, I thought it was fantastic. It works for the episode because that's the tone of the episode. And I thought the recap of the previous episodes did a fantastic job of giving all the important events that happened in the previous episodes so that you can understand what happened in this episode. Wanda, Vision have twins, of course, as you saw in episode 2, I believe. 1 or 2. And Tommy and Billy are their names. And of course, if you read the comics, which I haven't, I just searched it up. And of course, Tommy and Billy are eventually Wanda and Vision's twins. And they do have powers. So I thought it was a fantastic way to tie in elements from the comics into live action. And it also adds to the relationship between Wanda and Vision, because you can see the bond between Wanda and Vision. It's even stronger now because now they have twins. And it also works on an emotional level because, of course, you already know that this is not real. And it sort of makes you think about why Vision is here in the first place. Of course, it's because Wanda wants to be happy again, but now that they're twins, Vision is sort of now a father figure and technically dead. So that element of this episode does make it a little emotional at times. There are answers to how Vision comes to life. Now, he, of course, is dead, but there's something with resurrection in this episode, and I think it works for what they're going for, and the explanation for how Vision actually does come back to life, I think it works for it. And it's simple. It's not some big explanation to why he comes back to life. It's simple, so that you can get into the actual big events that happen throughout this episode. There are references to Avengers Endgame, which I thought they were fantastic. There's one reference, I'm not going to say what it is, but it is in the, I guess you can say, second half of this episode, and I thought it was fantastic. There are a lot of creepy, weird, and somewhat terrifying sequences in this episode. Now, there were creepy sequences in the previous episodes, and there was one terrifying sequence in one of the previous episodes. But in this one, it's even more terrifying. Wanda is even more terrifying because of the things she does, the things she says, and there's one sequence in this episode where Wanda just goes, I guess she doesn't go crazy, but she's horrifying. And that sequence is in possibly I would say, first half of this episode. She goes crazy and it is terrifying. Now, there is a big reveal. This is a major spoiler. The reveal of Pietro Maximoff, or Quicksilver, back in the MCU, but again played by Evan Peters. Now, this is obviously signs that the X-Men are coming back to the MCU, as well as even more signs to what they're going to be doing in Phase 4 with the multiverse and all that. Because if you think about it, the original Quicksilver, well, the Quicksilver from Avengers Age of Ultron would make the most sense to return for this episode. But since they brought in Evan Peters, that does raise the question if the X-Men are going to show up in the end of WandaVision or in previous installments, which makes a lot of sense because of what they're going for Phase 4. So I don't know what they're going to do with the rest of the TV show with the X-Men, but this is definitely a sign that the X-Men are coming back to the MCU. Now, this is sort of, if you think about it, this Quicksilver, Evan Peters, is an alternate version of the one that we saw in Age of Ultron. So it's not really, if you think about it, it's not really her brother, which is also kind of emotional because Wanda is like, she's so excited when she sees Quicksilver. When she opens the door, she's very excited when she sees him, but the audience obviously knows, and she technically knows that that's not really her brother. That is an alternate version of Quicksilver, which definitely makes a lot of sense because obviously what they're going for with the multiverse. So I don't know what they're going to do with episode 5. With episode 6 and on, but whatever they do, it's going to be fantastic. That's about it. There's nothing bad about this episode. WandaVision episode 5 is a phenomenal continuation of the story between Wanda and Vision and this entire TV show, and I highly recommend it, and I'm going to give WandaVision episode 5 an A. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the post notification bell so you can get notified for every video. I'm Peter. Thank you for watching.